Slightly different tune today. Well, it's another bensound.com tune. I've got to say, I'm really into this guy. He does some great stuff for what we're doing today. And anyway, today, I'll just turn that down a bit. What we're going to talk about is ESMA. And if you're in the UK or Europe, this will really apply to you. I don't think it's going to apply to anybody outside of the European Union. So you might want to just go away. Or you can listen and just pretend you're interested and say, no, I'm really interested. You're such a great guy. But I am allowed to dream, aren't I? Let's face it. So what have I done about it? I'm a UK trader. Everybody knows that, especially if you've got an ear for accents. You'll be well aware that I'm from the UK. Just for my friends who like the sexy, funky tune, we're going to put that on in a minute. So don't give up on me. Hang in there, brothers. Right. So what I've done is my broker kicked in with ESMA last Friday, and previous to that, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been testing a new broker. Which, after being a UK spread better, was a little bit daunting, I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, I've been used to the security of a UK broker. But when it came out at 30 leverage after being used to 1 to 500, I thought to myself, my risk isn't going to change. The only thing that's going to change is how much money I've got stuck in the broker. So I thought, I'm getting out of here. I'm just not having it, you know. I'm gone. So it took me a little while, I have to say. And when I did it, I spoke to my broker and I said, look, you know, if it wasn't for ESMA, I wouldn't be going anywhere. And they said, you're not on your own, blah, 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 blah. Loads of people have done it and everybody's gone to the same place you said you were going. So I thought, well, that's a bit more comforting. But I'd already done a test deposit, test withdrawal, test trades to work out. Because how it works in the UK, if you're not from the UK, is that if I put a stake of 10p on, which is 10k equivalent, or the same as 10k on a CFD broker, then that each pip the price moves is a value of 10p. Now that will change when I move to the new broker, because I could then trade, my lowest price was 1k, which I worked it out is more or less 5 pence a pip. So I've got this kind of trading plan I'm working to. And I had to do all the maths again, and I've had to put because I've got a trading plan in a spreadsheet, and I've got it's all done in stages. So when I've got to this stage, I can up my stake, and I'm basically compounding this account that started with very little. One day I'll reveal it all to you, but right now I haven't got there. So when I get there, and I'll say, right, that's it, I've finished working now. I'm just trading, and this is what I did. But right now, all I'm going to tell you is that I've moved brokers, and I couldn't be happier. There's a couple of reasons I couldn't be happier. Is one, I don't pay anywhere near the swap I was playing. The swap has halved overnight. The spread has come slightly down. Now here comes the big reveal. Bit more sounds first though. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to switch. When I start talking again, while I'm talking, I'm going to switch music just for my old mate. You know who you are. Right, that's enough of that. I've got to switch this music now because he's not going to be happy. I don't want to upset my mate down south of America, that is. Texas, I believe. I've got terrible memory, I do apologise. He knows who he is. Anyway, so while I'm switching this sound, we'll go and find it. I'm going to tell you about the broker. So let's first of all, let's just get to grips with what ESMA are saying. ESMA are saying, there it is, mate. You know you love it. Right, so the ESMA, what ESMA are saying is that, and it's probably true, is that a lot of people have an account and blow up more than £17,000. I think it's something like 70% of people. Well, frankly, I think there's a little bit of responsibility there to the broker saying, look, don't put 17 grand in unless you've got a couple of years experience. You know, or by all means, if you've already got 17 grand in your account, do what you like with it. If you've created it from winning trades. But if you haven't, you can't deposit. They should have just restricted the amount that you can deposit, therefore restricting the loss. But instead, they've actually made it so you've got to increase your deposit, but your risk isn't changing. all it will do, and I think the margin calls are coming a lot quicker as well. Anyway, needless to say, I was having none of that because I trade to the wire. Basically, in some cases, when I first started, the account was the stop, and that's how I like to trade. I like to know what's in my account and how much of that I'm willing to risk, which is changing at the moment because the account's growing. So I'm sort of like, well, I'm not going to risk all that now, am I? So, that's how it works, and that's all part of my trading plan, by the way. Right, I'm going to show you this broker. I'm going to find the browser. Right, this will be no surprise to a lot of people. It's an Australian broker. And it was actually touch and go between these and Traders Way, who are in America, that I could trade with the same leverage. And these won hands down, to be honest, in terms of speed of the servers. Bear in mind, their servers are not on the doorstep. They've got some in Europe, in France, I believe. I'm getting instead of getting a sort of a 30 millisecond access, I've now got about 70 or 80. But I'm not trading loads and loads of tickets, so I can. So it's fine for me. I've a couple of tickets at the most, maybe 3, and it comes out. It's actually no slower, no quicker, noticeably. Now, I guess if I was running like 100,000 scripts like Simpleton does, that might take a little bit of time to get out of a trade or a position. So this broker, absolutely over the moon so far with it. Obviously, you haven't got the regulation of the UK, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I don't suppose they are regulated in Australia. I think it's ASIS or something like that. And done. But these there's 2 accounts they offer, and I evaluated these as well. They do an ECN account, which is, if you don't know, there's no buffer from the broker. It goes straight to the banks, and they've got a whole pool of banks that do it. And the other one is a standard spread bet. Now, for me, I had a good study of these. I was playing with these pair on demo for several weeks and watching them side by side on multiple screens. And the only thing I noticed was that the spread on the ECN was 1 pip less, but the commission was 1 pip. So I thought, hang on a minute, how does that work? So how does that work then? So if you go in a trade, it costs you a pip. If you come out of the trade, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm thinking, well, if I got a 3 pip spread anyway, my 2.5 pips, 2 pip add, because I try 3 pip spread sounds like a lot probably, but I'm trading pound, New Zealand dollar most of the time at the minute, so that's what I was based everything on. I did have a better spread on some of the instruments, but I don't trade them now. I only trade pound, New Zealand. I might trade pound, dollar sometimes, but generally I only ever look at pound, New Zealand, and this is something you should try. Just trade 1 pair. It's definitely somewhat, it just works. If you can make your strategy work and make your plan work to it, then you've got everything you need in 1 pair. It doesn't really matter, does it? Why trade 3 or 4 pairs at once when you could just trade the 1 pair with more money potentially, or more tickets, whichever way you want to do it. Right, so this broker, yes, I'm happy with. Yes, I've moved. I've got 1 to 500 leverage. I haven't had to put any extra money in my account to make the same risk. So I'm pretty happy, really. I'm over the moon with it. Now, because I've got a link in the description, if you click on it, I'll actually get something for it. But I think you have to trade loads of money for it, get anything. But, if you're feeling charitable, click on it. I think I'm called an affiliate. Yes, I am. But anyway, if you click on it, there is potential I might get some money for it. I'll be happy to take it. God, if I get loads of it, you know me, I'm not out to take any money from anybody, but they actually said to me, like, if you've got a YouTube channel, because I mentioned something about it, they said, oh, you could share your link on it. I went, what link? And anyway, they told me about it. And I went, good day, mate. You're doing a great job there, mate. Just got to fire up the barbie, get a couple of beers on, and we'll be all right. Hey, what do you think of that? Not bad, eh, for a Midlands in the UK. All right, so there you go. This is the broker. I'll just tell you about this as well. So this is the ECN account. I haven't gone for that. I've gone for standard. So there's no commission for me. It's in the spread. So there is a commission. I just don't see it separately. I didn't see any point in that. Oh, and oddly enough, my broker informed me, because I'm in the UK, even though it still is tax-free, I wouldn't take that as advice, because it's not advice, and I'm not convinced it is true either. So I need to look into that a bit deeper, because we in the UK, spread betting, we don't pay tax. But I don't know if that's called spread betting, because it's not in this country. All right, so that's that bit out the way. So here's the platforms they support. They support CTrader, which some people rave about. I've been in MetaTrader 4 for that long now, 2-3 years. And I've got scripts and I've got all sorts of stuff I use in there that, quite honestly, I wouldn't want to give up yet. And if I do, it'll probably be to go to MT5, just for the 64-bit. And I'll have to have all the things converted that I've got in MetaTrader 4 to MetaTrader 5. Yeah, isn't life a bitch? Alright, a CTrader. This is a really good platform, CTrader. Unfortunately, I didn't get on with it. And I think I'm just setting my ways now with MetaTrader. I've kind of got to the point where I enjoy it. And I can do things with it. And I can do things quickly with it. And, you know, it's like if you went from Windows to Mac, it would take you a while to learn it, wouldn't it? Or Mac to Windows if you're not already... Most people have been in Windows, but when you go from Windows to Mac operating systems, it changes quite a bit. And all your shortcut keys, because I use a lot of keystrokes, they all change, and I just find it all a bit of a drag. So I'm sticking in there, really. So if you are in the UK, this, for me, 0.01 equals 5 pence. If you're not in the UK, I haven't got a clue what it does. But my account's in GBP. That was another plus for it. I didn't have to open a US dollar account. It didn't show up in pounds, but actually traded in dollars. It works. It probably is trading in dollars, which is why I'm getting sort of a penny. A 1k is the equivalent of a micro lot. Is equivalent to 5 pence. Oh God, I've got no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, listen. Let's have some of this. Oh yeah. Right. So that's the broker. In the description, there will be a link to it. If not, just go and find it in Google. But if you want to be a little bit charitable, and you might even assist my life in getting to be a completely independent trader, then you can click on my link. I will get rewards for it. I am an affiliate. I think I have to say that by law, you know. I noticed it because I was watching somebody else's video and they said it, and I was thinking, you must have to say that by law. So I did. So there you go. I've covered my arse. Yeah. All right. Right. So anyway, we'll go back to that. This is a demo account of this. These weekend spreads now, so not much point. But that buy swap, I was paying 15 before, £15 I think it was per whatever that is for. I think it's per lot. So, but anyway, so I'm quite happy that if I am stuck in a buy trade overnight, I don't pay quite as much money. And actually, this week I waited about 2 days for it to retest this area, because it hit it once and my bloody target was way up here. I had a really ambitious target basically I was trying to get a retracement on a weekly fib, but it didn't get to. So it's bouncing between something. I thought, oh, if it goes there, but it didn't. So I thought I had to move my target. So I moved it down to these wicks here. So I had to wait again like a whole day for it to come out, and then I got out. I think, yeah, that's it. See, I was based it on these here, see this area. So I thought it's going to retest that. So I took it from there because I thought, bugger, that's not going to break that very easy. So I had to hold all through this blooming rubbish. And then I come out. I think I come out here actually. And I watched the other 10. Look at that, another 15 pips I missed out on there. But hey, it doesn't matter. The plan is the plan. And although I didn't make target this week, because I say weekly, it's not actually a weekly target. It's like a stages. I said this in another video. When I get there, I get there. But I haven't had much trading time. To be honest, I missed a couple of good trades, but I didn't want to take on any more risk. I'd got enough on, and that was it. And that's discipline. That's patience. That's something we all need, isn't it, on trading? Right, time to go. It's Saturday here, and it's actually pouring down in rain for the first time in quite a while, so bit of a culture shock being in England and it raining for the first time in a while. So, but apparently we've got warm weather coming next week again, so that's that. Next video, do you know, I said I was going to do 3 videos when I did the last one. The last one was the lines. This is the broker. And for the life of me, I can't remember what the other one is, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. I'll remember later. Hey, when you get to my age, mate, you can't remember your own name. All right, so I'll see you then. And here goes a bit of music just for my old friend out there. You know who you are. Bit of wah-wah. Alright then. See you later. Everybody have a good day. Oh, the link's in the description for those that don't look.